Hey guys, Team Cricket here, coming at you with another deck profile. Today we are going to be focusing on blue UlForceVeedramon. Before we jump into the deck and the list, here's a message from our sponsor.
Hi guys, what's going on? Just here to tell you about Ultimate TCG. Whether your game be Digimon, Vanguard, Dragon Ball, Final Fantasy, or Yu-Gi-Oh! Ultimate TCG has all the deck box, card sleeves, and cards you need to level up your game experience and take it ultimate. And especially at the moment, using code TCHIT505, that's TCHIT505, you can get 5% off on all orders. Ultimate TCG, give it a go. Now straight back to the video.
Brilliant, let's get straight into the list. So we are running 5 babies. We are running 3 Uppermon and 2 Demi-Vmon. Uppermon's effect is when attacking, once per turn, if your opponent has a Digimon with no Digivolution cards in its play, trigger draw 1. And Demi-Vmon's effect is, during your turn, inherited effect, once per turn. When this Digimon becomes unsuspended during your main phase, it gains plus 1000 DP. So we really like this mix. Being able to draw cards and gain DP, which matches with what the deck does. The deck really focuses on being able to get your big mega, your UlForceVeedramon out, so that you can keep swinging with it and go for like really hard hitting turns. So gaining the power sometimes is really nice, but also making sure that you can draw your pieces is nice. So we're really happy with this. It's really consistent. We are under 5 eggs again because matches and especially 1.5 are drawing out quite a lot, and being able to have that little bit of added value if you need to get to your 5th egg is really nice, and you really don't lose anything for it in this list. Straight into our rookies, we are running 4 Vmon. Vmon's pretty darn nice. It has the on-play cost of 3. It is a 0 Digivolve cost with a 2000 based DP. It has the inherit effect of, during your turn, once per turn, when this Digimon becomes unsuspended during your main phase, trigger draw 1. Such as our little babies, this card really helps us get there, because drawing cards allows you to draw your pieces and keeps up that consistency. And this card does it literally perfectly, and it fits perfectly with what you want to do and what your game plan is with the actual deck. It being once per turn is a normal thing for cards like this because they want to limit you from being able to draw so many cards, and it doesn't slow you down too much, so it's actually really nice. Can, again, really help you get there because drawing cards is just really important in this game. We are running 3 of the Jamming Vmon. This card is really strong, and if you've seen Rookie Rush right now, even a lot of blue lists are running this Vmon because a rookie having jamming is really strong, and the fact that it's a 3 cost, the DP power not mattering too much of it being 2, and it just has the jamming ability at a 0 Digivolve cost, then you get a lot of value from playing this card. You can swing it and not really have to worry about it getting removed from your security, which can lead to other plays. We think 3 is fine because of some of the other options that we're running. You don't want to draw it too much because it's not as strong as some of the other cards, and at times it's really good at what it does, but what it does isn't something that you need to have all of the time. To continue our rookies, we are running 4 Elecmon and 3 Gomamon. In blue, having the 2 cost rookies is really nice and quite important. Being able to lock your opponent's memory is nice, along with your options card of Hammer Spark means that you have even more potential to do that. And playing a card for 2 is really good value. We've talked about it a lot on the deck profiles and looking at our lists, and even in 1.5 these cards are really still strong. Being able to go a little bit wider can win you the game and lead you to multiple other plays. It's pretty darn good. On to our champions. We are running 4 Gorillamon. Gorillamon is really strong right now, and so are all of the other 1 cost Digivolve cost champions, because right now being able to turn 1 put your opponent to 1 memory is still extremely strong, and that's why we run 4 of it. It's pretty self-explanatory. Also, it being 6k means it can trade into blockers if necessary, which is quite good actually. We are running 3 XVmon. So XVmon is a card that you'll see in a lot of Rookie Rush lists, and again in some blue lists. XVmon is a 5 cost with the Digivolve cost of 2. It has 4000 DP, and it has the when Digivolving effect of unsuspend one of your level 4 or lower Digimon. So this works in tandem and perfectly with this Jamming Vmon, because you can swing with the Vmon XVmon on top of another Digimon that you have and restand the Vmon to get 2 jamming swings extremely early. And that's a play that you'll see quite a lot if you're playing against blue in 1.5 because it's really strong and it gets you there. Again, 3 is fine because what it does is really consistent and good, but we don't need it all of the time. It's good. It's good when you do need it though. You do hit that. It's consistent. We are running 2 Vmon. Vmon is a 5 play cost with a digital cost of 2, DP power of 5, and it has the during your turn ability of while you have a blue tamer in play, this Digimon gains jamming. Really nice. We run quite a few blue tamers, and again, this can match up with your XVmon. Being able to restand a jamming card is really nice. Jamming is really strong in this meta. Just being able to not really care what your opponent gets in security is really fantastic because it just leads to even further plays and helps you aggressive and help you get there. We are, to finish off our champions, we are running 3 Grizzlymon, just a basic blocker, 5 cost with a digital cost of 2, DP power at 6000, it has the blocker ability and the when attacking ability of lose 2 memory. Blockers are still really strong right now. We are happy with 3 because of how tight per se that the list is and how consistent the list is for us and how we're playing. We haven't really ran into issues of missing that 4th one yet, but in your locals, if you're playing against a lot of aggressive decks, running the 4th blocker might be fine. But for the meantime, for the amount that we actually run into Rookie Rush for the likes of that, 3 is perfectly fine. Next, we are going to take a peek at our ultimates. We are running 8 ultimates, and we'll start off with UlForceVeedramon. UlForceVeedramon is great in this list. It's an 8 play cost with a Digivolve cost of 3. It has a DP power of 7000, which is normal for an ultimate really, so you can't complain. It has the when Digivolving effect of if you have a blue tamer in play, unsuspend one of your blue Digimon. So this links again to that last champion XVmon. Standing your cards is really strong, and being able to do it for 3 if you have a memory tamer out, for example, means you can even do even more plays. It also has the inherited effect of when this Digimon becomes unsuspended during your main phase, it gains jamming, which is fantastic again because you'll see with your megas, you're going to be restanding a lot, and giving your mega jamming means that you're not worried about the power and you're not worried about having to worry about them getting an Omnimon in security. So this UlForceVeedramon is fantastic, especially with that inherited ability. It's just really versatile in itself. You can do a lot of plays with it. And to finish off our ultimate, we are running 4 WereGarurumon. It's a 7 cost play cost. It has a Digivolve cost of 3 and DP power of 7000. And it has the during your turn inherited effect of while your opponent has a Digimon with no Digivolution cards, this card gains security attack +1. So as I mentioned, the megas that we run and the deck consists of trying to restand your mega. And with this being a security attack +1, it helps you really get there and do that damage. It can turn a game where your opponent thinks that they're not really close to losing until you're just swing, there goes all your security. And WereGarurumon's pretty decent. I believe this came in the trial deck. It did, yes, starter deck for blue, and it's quite a decent card and saw a lot of play in set 1. On to the main man himself, UlForceVeedramon. UlForceVeedramon is fantastic, and this deck's actually done really well in Japan. It's a play cost of 13, which you don't particularly want to do because that's expensive. A Digivolve cost of 3, which is fine. A DP power of 11, which is it's okay, it's acceptable. It has the during your turn ability of when one of your blue tamers becomes suspended, unsuspend this Digimon, which is great because it's just rest stand, go. Really, really aggressive. It also has the during your turn ability of once per turn, when this Digimon becomes unsuspended during your main phase, gain 1 memory. So if you can suspend a tamer and do this, this effectively becomes a 2 cost on your play, which is really nice because the tamers are really good at resting, and you gain even more pluses from your tamers resting, and then the plus from this as well, restanding and gaining your memory. It's really aggressive and can really catch your opponent off guard, which is what we want to do in the Digimon. You don't want to be normal. You don't want your opponent to know exactly what your plan is. We are running 4 options cards in this list, and because it's blue, of course, it has to be Hammerspark. Hammerspark is still amazing in all blue decks, realistically. It's a 0 cost option card with the very simple ability of main, gain 1 memory. It also has the security effect of gain 2 memory, which is extremely useful if your opponent's swinging in because it can end games, it can end opponent's turns, meaning that you're not going to lose, or it could just stop your opponent from getting further in their plays. Being able to gain that 1 memory can really help if your opponent's trying to lock your memory down as well, and can lead to you getting even further plays or finding plays to better the way for you to lock your opponent's memory, which is nice. We are finishing off the list with our tamers. We are running 3 Taikamiya V-Tamer, 3 Rina Shinomiya, and 2 Mat Ishida. So we'll start with the Taikamiya V-Tamer. It's a 2-cost tamer with a main ability of, if you have a Digimon with Veedramon in its name, which you're going to most of the time, you may suspend this tamer, activate one of the following effects. Active, draw 1, or this Digimon gains plus 1000 for the turn. This is really good because drawing cards is, again, fantastic and helps you keep consistency, but you can gain that power if you need to in circumstances. So we like to have, as I've mentioned, versatile cards that can just be good in loads of different situations, and this V-Tamer really does that. Next up, we'll take a look at the Rina. Rina is a 3-cost tamer with the during your turn effect of when one of your blue Digimon attacks, you may suspend this tamer to give that Digimon plus 1000 DP for the turn. It also has the on-play effect of reveal 3 cards from the top of your deck, add 1 Digimon card with a V in its card name from among them to your hand, and place the remaining cards on the bottom of your deck. This card's really good because, again, like the original V-Tamer, it has a lot of uses in the deck and can really help you get to your pieces. The rest ability really helps you restand with your V and can just be, again, really versatile. Giving that little bit of power is nice if you haven't hit your jamming card or if you're attacking one of your opponent's Digimon, because right now a lot of the megas are 12k and your mega being 11k, this makes up for that. The on-play effect of gaining that card, and you have a lot of Vs in your deck, means that you're usually going to add a card from this. So you play a card, add a card, and it still has value, which overall is just pretty darn nice. Finishing off the list and finishing off our tamers, we have 2 Mat Ishida. So a lot of lists are running 1 Mat and maybe 4 V-Tamer and 3, but we really think running the two tamers that gonna reset your memory to 3 at the start of your turn is quite important. Mat is a 4-cost with that ability of start your turn. If you have 2 or less memory, set your memory to 3. It has the during your turn ability of when you play a blue Digimon, you can suspend this tamer to trash the bottom Digivolution card of one of your opponent's card. So again, it's another rest ability and can really help you get there with your mega. The main point of this being that the memory, being able to set yourself to 3 stops your opponent from being able to choke you out in the game, which is really important to stop that, because that can be the way that you lose with this deck especially. All of the tamers have the security effect of play this card without paying its memory cost, which is fantastic because if your opponent checks one, you can gain some additional value from this. But yeah, that is our list. That is our UlForceVeedramon deck list. If you have enjoyed this, don't forget to drop a comment down below, like and subscribe if you want to see more, and we hope you have a great day. Thanks.
Crit Hit Games. Crit Hit Games are a gaming cafe that specialise in everything tabletop. Whether your passion be D&D, whether it be board games, or whether your passion be card games like us, Crit Hit has something for you. What they also have is a store. Once COVID regulations have passed and we can all go back, I would recommend visiting in Liverpool. That store has some of the most friendly and welcoming staff that you could ever ask for. So guys, please go and support Crit Hit, especially because they're supporting you. What they have done is they've gone out on their own and they've supplied us with a discount code for you all. What the discount code is Crit Hit DigiTeam. I'll leave that on the screen for you. So go through the store, pick up your miniatures, put that in at the checkout, and you're all ready to go. So see you next time, guys.